today on Divorce Court.
I'm not sexually attracted to Justin because he doesn't take care of his responsibilities. When I ask you to do something, that'll make me attractive to you.
She talks to me like I'm a child.
You act like a child, so you get treated like a child.
She just wanna be a boss.
I put a track on his car because we married. I need to know where you're at all the time.
Ease up a little bit. You got a good guy. Just be a little nicer.
Justin, I need you to grow up and take care of your responsibilities. I need for you to be my man.
Divorce Court is now in session.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here with Jada Braxton and Justin Braxton. Mr. and Mrs. Braxton, you have been together for 3 years, married for 9 months. You are here for a divorce. I'm horrified. You have one child together, and I'm going to start with you, Miss Braxton. Why don't you tell me a little bit about your marriage and why we're here today?
Okay, I met Justin not too long ago. We're here today because he cheats, he lies. Give you a little bit more about that. I bought Justin a car not too long ago, and his actions didn't match up with what he was doing. He would tell me he would be one place and would not be there. He was supposed to be at work at this particular day. Come to find out, he was with another woman and got the car and our rent money took. The girl set him up. So in the midst of him being set up, they got the rent money that put us on eviction. We got an eviction because she took the rent money and she took our BG&E money. He just lies so much. He just lies. Like,
well, what was he doing with that woman, and how did the money go?
I don't know what he was doing with the girl. He was supposed to be at work, and how I found out he wasn't at work is because later on that day I had got a call from his job stating that he got robbed. Now I don't know what to do. Like, he just constantly lies. Why would you tell me you were at work and you weren't at work?
Did he tell you he got robbed?
Yeah, he told me he got robbed. The police called his job, and the police called and said that he had got robbed and that they had took everything. He got home and they took everything.
First of all, it was after work. With a couple boys from of mine that I know in this area. I'm not from the area of Baltimore. I'm from PG County, which is closer to DC. So it's two different cultures for real, even though it's close. So, mind you, I'm hanging out with more than one person. It's a group of people. And me, I'm a nice guy. I was doing the girl a favor. She could have been a model, beautiful, or she could have just been a booger wolf. It really didn't matter what she looked like. It didn't matter what she looked like, Your Honor. I was just being nice, doing a favor. But mind you, it's a different kind of feeling. So they had something set up for me, you know what I mean? So
they took advantage of you.
Took advantage of me. And mind you, I was a little intoxicated, so you know what I'm saying? Things that my mind wouldn't do, I did.
That booze will make us stupid.
That booze will
make you stupid.
Lord,
you know, it just happens.
Yes. So, long story short, I take her to the store. It's taking a little while. I'm like, what's taking so long? So I go to the store. The dude is in there waiting on me for real. You know what I'm saying? Already in there, like, where the money at? I'm like, what you talking about? So he pulled the dog out, which is a weapon, and was like, yeah, get that money up. So I'm like,
you gave the money up.
No, I didn't.
You didn't?
Nah, I ain't give it. I should have just gave it up right then and there.
What'd you do?
I pushed him out the way and went to my car, right?
If he was supposed to be home, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. He wasn't answering the phone. He wasn't answering any text messages or anything like that.
Wait
so what
a minute,
am I
now,
saying?
my man's just about to get shot. You mad because he ain't
Exactly. Thank you, Your Honor. Clap it up. Round of applause. Round of applause.
So you pushed by him, then what happened?
I get to my car. By the time I close my door, he is at my window with the gun. Pistol with me and everything, bust my head open. That's when I said, okay, you can have it. Go ahead and take that.
He was home. He wanted this would never happen. So anyway, I accepted him, and I said, okay, it happened, let's move on. He still needed transportation to go back and forth to work. I lent him my truck. Now, everything is running smooth and stuff like that. A little bit, maybe the second week into lending him my truck. The second week into lending him my truck, he was supposed to come pick up me and his child. I didn't hear from him throughout the day. I didn't hear from him at all. He leaves us stranded, okay? He leaves us stranded. I had to get a friend to come and help me get into my house. So come to find out later, he didn't come home till 9 o'clock the next morning. Come to find out, he was with a female in my stuff and left me stranded, okay? So I asked him, I said, so what, I played, you know how we do. I already know where you was at. I already know what you was doing. That's what I did. I said, you know, it's okay. Try to get him to come home. It's okay. Come home. Come bring me my stuff. It's okay. It's okay. Then later on that day, I had told him, okay, I already know where you was at. You might as well tell me the truth. You might as well tell me the truth. So he comes out and tells me I was with another girl. That's why I didn't answer your phone call. That's why. How you gonna take my stuff, Can you ask him, how do you take someone else's belongings and do them wrong? I lent you my truck or whatever so you can go back and forth to get money. Don't leave me and my child stranded.
Since you asked nicely, how could you go off with some other woman with her stuff and leave her stranded?
Yana, she's moving a little too fast right now, okay?
Well, what happened?
The way she talked to me, you don't want to be around that. I understand I had an obligation to do that I failed to do. Unfortunately, I was intoxicated at the time, and a lot of bad things happen when you're intoxicated. So
Absolutely.
So I stopped that.
Like
I'm not doing all that. You know what I'm saying?
You left the liquor alone?
I left it alone. I left it alone.
You leave
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, I understand. You
So,
know.
thank you. So that unfortunate circumstance did happen, and I admitted to her that I was with another female, but I wasn't,
Another woman.
Yeah,
I don't say male because I don't think you're livestock, you know?
Right.
So we're not like female.
Yeah.
You know, you
I was with another woman.
You weren't supposed to be. He's very fresh, okay? So that knowing that you're my husband and you're with another.
What do you mean he's fresh?
He's very flirtatious. He's very friendly. He's very open. So with that being said, I believe that she set him up. Now,
Which one are you talking about?
You still mad about that?
I'm very mad.
You move forward.
You got to.
I understand.
Tell me about when you were pregnant, because I believe
Okay.
he was doing something inappropriate while you were giving birth.
He was. Okay,
Tell me about that.
9 months into pregnancy, I'm on the bed, I'm getting ready to have his baby. After I had his child, I didn't find out until maybe 2 months that he was sitting on the bed next to me texting another female. Okay, he was texting that
Negative.
female on the date. I seen the dates of the text messages texting.
What did they say?
Hey baby, how you doing? What you doing? When am I gonna see you? I miss you. No flirting. You're not flirting with me today. Just a whole bunch of you a married
Nonsense,
man. You
yeah.
are a married man. So why are you sitting up here talking to these females like that on the day that I'm giving birth to your first child? So after that happened, I was like, red flag was up. Red flag was up. So I decided just to move on with it. I decided to give him a clean slate once again. I don't know why I just took him back, because he constantly makes me feel as though that this is what he is.
I got you. That he runs around with other women. That's who he is.
Yes.
And you accepted that in some measure and
Yes.
decided to remain with him. But you're beating him up with the fact that he is that
Yes.
every day.
Yes.
Right.
Which don't make any sense. But
'Cause she
okay.
knew-
And we'll talk about that
knew what it
momentarily.
was.
But Mr. Braxton, I want to talk to you
Yes, ma'am.
about the nature of the atmosphere in your home.
Well, Your Honor, the way that she talks to me, she yells at me.
You have a recording, you said?
Yes, ma'am.
You do everything. I ask you to help me a little bit more. I pray to God that you will help me a little bit more. You can't do nothing.
So first, let's get this out of the way, Mr. Braxton. Were you cheating, or were you texting other women while she was giving birth to your baby?
I was not texting other women while she was giving birth. Around the time, maybe, okay?
Okay.
But it wasn't like texting. It wasn't like texting. It was more of the social media, type it up, and then leave it
Dating
alone.
site.
And then leave it alone. You know what I mean?
Dating site.
Just because the way she talks to me.
So have you cheated on her?
No, I haven't. I've been in the presence of another woman, and I've talked to another woman. But in regards to really physically, nothing's physical.
I know he's doing that. I know he's doing that. But is he really cheating?
I don't know. When I first met him, I didn't feel as though he was cheating. When I dug deeper into, running his phone and stuff like that, that's when I started finding out more and more, and when it happened and what was going on around that. I don't know why he does what he does. It's like...
Well, why do you do what you do, Mr. Braxton?
Well, Your Honor, the way that she talks to me, I even have proof to show you.
Well, describe how she talks to me and then give me the proof.
Okay. She yells at me, treats me like a child. I'm a grown man. I bring the money in. That's not what it's about. But I feel like she belittles me as a man. You know what I'm saying?
What kind of things does she say?
Oh, you ain't good for nothing. All types of
Well,
stuff.
give me you have a recording, you said?
Yes, ma'am.
Can
I
I hear?
submitted it. It's a
you
snippet.
submitted it.
It's a little
Okay.
snippet just to get
It's
a
a snippet.
taste of what it's like.
Okay, well, let's listen to the snippet.
Tune in, Your Honor.
Keep making me miserable. Keep trying to drag me through the dirt.
I didn't do nothing, Jada.
You did.
What did I do?
That's the problem. You don't think you did. You did. You're doing everything. You're doing everything. I asked you to help nothing. You knew I was running around trying to take care of and the least you could have did was try to in here looking at resources. And you sleeping all day.
Jada, I was tired.
Yo, I'm tired too, Justin. I'm tired too.
I didn't mean to. I slept for a couple hours.
Just please leave me alone.
I slept a couple hours.
Leave me alone.
It was just a couple hours.
Just leave me alone.
Let me say it was a couple hours.
Leave me alone.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry.
She wasn't done.
She wasn't done.
Now, Ms. Braxton, what happened that day? What inspired all of that?
On top of his cheating and his lying and him getting robbed and set up, it put us into a financial situation to where everything fell on me because he doesn't take care of his responsibilities. Now, that particular day, my truck had got towed. I asked him, you know, to take care more responsible. You see me getting stressed out with the babies, the bills, taking care of him.
Is he working though?
He does work. He does work, but
Does he bring the money home?
Yes, but I manage all the money. He doesn't spend anything responsibly.
Because
That's why I
I
manage it.
I let her.
Well, what were you mad about that day?
I had asked him to do something particular. I had asked him to take care of one little incident, just take care of one little incident, and everything was falling on me. And he couldn't understand where I was coming from, so it escalated. I said, Justin, I need you to do boom, boom, bop. Do that. Just do that. He couldn't even do it. He wanted to sleep all day, as you could see. I was tired. It was your off day. It was your off day.
May I have one word?
Please.
So that particular day, it was my day off, like I said, but her car got towed. We did have things to do. So we did a couple of things. You can't do everything in one day, you know what I'm saying? So we did a couple of things. In the midst of that, we were cleaning out the closet, just taking everything out the closet. But she still had things to do herself, you know what I'm saying? So I said, okay, you go do that, I'll clean up, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I cleaned up the whole house. Mine's my day off. I cleaned up the house, made a couple calls regarding the situation with her truck to see if we can get it back together.
I wanted him to be there for mental support. Even though it was
May I
my
finish?
responsibility.
But hang on, was he doing everything he just said he was doing?
Not cleaning up the house. I come home, the house is still a mess. The kitchen is still dirty. My child is still running around.
Wow.
Nappy hit it. No, he didn't do anything.
Your
He
Honor,
did one thing a day.
There were no dishes in the sink. The closet was clean. Like I said, it was all through the house. Your Honor. Oh, go ahead, I'm sorry.
Economically, you guys are struggling. I want to talk a little bit about why, so we can maybe get you back on track.
And she handles the bills, but she knows what's due and what's due. So I let her deal with it. She lets, okay, we'll let it pass, because I want to get my hair done. I feel like she handles it, but then she treats herself sometimes too.
Did you get your hair done as opposed to pay the electric bill? How would you feel if your partner got robbed while cheating? Tell us what you think at facebook.com/divorce court. Divorce Court will be right back. Now, Mr. Braxton, your wife has intimated that you are irresponsible with money. However, you told me that one day when the electric bill was due, it did not get paid because she felt getting a weave was more important. Please explain that circumstance to me.
Your Honor, it was unbelievable. You understand? It's unbelievable. All right, mind you, understand I got robbed, and for the finances, basically like a month back, so we playing catch up. So long story short is, she like I said, she handles the bills. But she knows what's due and what's due. So I let her deal with it. She lets, okay, we'll let it pass, because I want to get my hair done. And unfortunately, things happen. Say, for example, we got to get the car out the tow yard, pay that money for that, you know? So I feel like she handles it, but then she treats herself sometimes too.
Did you get your hair done as opposed to pay the electric bill?
I did.
Can you explain that nonsense to me, to put your hair before the electric bill?
I was stressed out. I got a great defense. I was stressed out, and I was a little bit blindsided.
So weave relieves the mind? Somehow you feel better?
Sometimes, yes, if you look in the mirror and you look good, and
take a walk around the block is cheaper and it's better for you.
Yes.
I think that is so ridiculous.
Yes, it is.
It is ridiculous. And I understand you're under pressure and you're upset, all that, but that's not the way to deal with it. You're putting yourself deeper in a hole.
Because there's a whole bunch of stuff with him. He's very immature. He's very
Tell
goofy.
me a story about his immaturity.
I could tell Justin, okay, this particular day we need to do something in regards to paying bills. He'd rather go spend the money on car accessories. He'd rather go, so it's not just me, it's him. If he know a bill needs to be paid, he'll be immature and go buy car accessories. The only thing he cares about is his car.
But you're immature and buy weave. What's the difference?
Because I manage it and I know where the money goes.
And you get mad at his stupid, but you
won't
justify
tell me.
yours.
He won't tell me till I see it. He won't tell me until I see it.
Did you tell him about the weave beforehand?
I don't tell him about anything.
Oh, you see where you're wrong here, Miss Braxton?
Yes.
And you stay on angry with him, even though I'm clearing the woods.
Yeah.
It's not there anymore, but you stay angry. You with me?
Yes.
I'm about to talk to you. What would you cut first from a stressed family budget? Share your opinion on Twitter and Instagram at Divorce Court. Divorce Court will be right back. I know you want $500, but I'm not giving you nothing. I think you guys should stay together and make this thing work because you got a baby at home. And there's nothing really that wrong at your household that you can't fix.
Right.
He's not out there all ratchet and running around, traveling and doing. He just isn't. I mean, he's a little flirty here and there, but that's not happening. What your problem is this. You've hoarded all of his errors. So everything that he does wrong now is met with the same reaction as if he did everything wrong that he ever did that day. And you never get over it. You never get past it. You never get around it. And you keep fussing at him about it. You're not happy. He's not happy. And you keep not being happy in that manner, in his direction, he will leave. Because nobody can stand all of that.
And
Now,
Honor,
Mr. Braxton, let me tell you what you're doing wrong.
Yes.
She's under duress.
Okay.
When you're managing the money, when you're working just as much, household duties probably more on her side, and you're managing everything and asking you to do here and there, the pressure of managing all that is very heavy on her head.
Right.
So what you have to do is not be the guy who does what he's told when he's told, but you have to be a guy that can take something off her plate and say, hey, baby, this is my responsibility. You'll never have to worry about A, B, and C.
Right.
You can take care of D, E, and F.
Okay.
Because I got A, B, and C.
Right.
You can't be as flighty as she lets you.
Yeah.
Because what we women do is we absorb responsibility.
Yeah.
And so you were like, oh, she'll do that.
Right.
Oh, she'll do that. Oh, she'll do that. And we're absorbing, but we're getting crushed.
Right.
Next thing you know, boom.
Explosion.
Right. But you have to manage your business like a grown man.
Yes, ma'am.
You have to take responsibility that is not foisted upon you,
Right.
that's not given to you, that's not required of you, but that you choose to make it because you're a man.
Now, Your Honor, in regards to that.
The time for you to talk is all over.
Oh, dang. Okay.
This is all me until I leave.
Okay.
You understand? Do you understand what I'm telling you?
Yeah.
Now, you're in the habit of being angry. You're going to go home and be just as angry tomorrow as you were yesterday. You have to, every morning, make a decision that you're not going to be that angry person that day. Every morning. And when she does that, you have to co-sign on it.
Okay.
And you have to co-sign on it, but baby, I want to think of something every morning. I'm going to take this off your plate, babe.
Okay.
I'm going to do this for you. You don't get angry for me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You've got to conduct business in a marriage.
Yeah.
You've got to handle your matters. You with me?
Yes.
I'm not giving anybody any money for anything. I want you to go home, act like you got some sense. You hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
This matter is adjourned.
I came over for a divorce, but from seeing the judge, I honestly believe that we can make it work. Her advice really helped. I hope it got to Jada, what she's doing, that she can do better, and I understand what I need to do to handle my business and be together as a team.
I think that I will try harder. I'll try to stop being less angry and less controlling and just let him take on a little bit of responsibilities and just try a little bit harder in my marriage.